In this, Joshua Shapiro and Christopher Paris's actions were willful and not a security failure, as defendant Paris testified under oath to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Bruh, this is nuts. This is nuts. They absolutely did not think that Trump will win and this stuff will come out. Well, he did win by a landslide, and now it is. Now, this is Pennsylvania arrest warrants that just now came out, but we're going to read the affidavit first, all right? The affidavit says, I, Hadassah Feinberg, affiant and federal whistleblower, hereby allege that defendant Joshua Shapiro, in his personal, individual, and official capacity, facilitated, organized, and carried out his plan to assassinate President Donald J. Trump on July 13th, 2024. Defendant Shapiro was unsuccessful in completing his mission, thank God, but is responsible for organizing and facilitating it, injuring the current president and causing the unaliving of Corey Comportor. I think that's how you say it. Defendant Shapiro conspired and colluded with Pennsylvania officials, namely Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner Christopher Paris. Now, this is an affidavit, man. This is official, to carry out the attempted assassination of President Donald J. Trump on July 13th, 2024. Defendant Shapiro commenced the facilitation and coordination of the attempted assassination by utilizing Pennsylvania State Trooper Commissioner Christopher Paris to conceal the crimes. Defendant Christopher Paris made false and inconsistent statements under oath to the Senate Judiciary Committee around August 2024. He falsified statements to thwart and impede the criminal investigation and obscure the discovery of facts leading up to the attempted assassination in Butler, Pennsylvania. Defendants Joshua Shapiro and Christopher Paris's actions were willful and not a security failure, as defendant Paris testified under oath to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Bruh, this is nuts. This is nuts. They absolutely did not think that Trump will win and this stuff will come out. Well, he did win by a landslide, and now it is. Let's continue. On July 13th, 2024, President Donald J. Trump was shot from the Pennsylvania State Police perimeter at the Butler, Pennsylvania rally. This was not within the perimeter assigned to the United States Secret Service, and all statements relating to the Secret Service's failure are false. In his sworn testimony, defendant Paris fabricated, distorted, and willfully blamed the United States Secret Service for security failures in efforts to divert the criminal investigation and conceal the crimes. Both defendants, Christopher Paris and Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania, are named on a RICO lawsuit at the Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court for their ongoing crimes of public corruption and fraud in the state of Pennsylvania against thousands of whistleblowers, witnesses, and victims. Now it goes into this part right here. Hold on one second. So on February 5th, 2025, at least 5 federal provided witness testimonies to the state and federal crimes committed by defendant Shapiro spanning over 10 years, including Gregory, what's that say? Stenstrom, Leah Hoops, and Sean Connolly. In the days leading up to the attempted assassination, Alex Soros made credible threats to assassinate President Donald J. Trump. He has never faced any criminal investigating, despite his valid threats. Defendant Josh Shapiro, a close confidant of Soros and recipient of large campaign donations, carried out the premeditated plan to thwart President Trump from being elected. Defendant Shapiro was actively engaged in laundering funds with Ukraine. The verified election of President Donald J. Trump would not only expose Shapiro's federal laundering, but expose multiple officials from the Democratic Party who were laundering millions of taxpayer dollars, which is why a whole gang of individuals are pissed off at Elon Musk and Trump right now because they are currently being exposed. We was talking about this yesterday when we showed Senator John Kennedy breaking down every single thing that DOGE has been exposing. And Letitia James is trying to get in front of it with a lawsuit. This is what they do. They're trying to get in front of it with the lawsuit. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Let's continue. Defendant Governor Josh Shapiro invited President Zelensky to meet with him in person in 2024, where he physically signed bombs in an unprecedented photo op with the Ukrainian president. In the weeks leading up to the Trump rally, President Joseph R. Biden, who gave himself preemptive pardons all the way for 10 years, him, his son, and many others, made frequent visits to the defendant, Joshua Shapiro, to discuss the obstacle faced by the Democratic Party. Joshua Shapiro organized, schemed, and conspired with other officials to carry out the attempted assassination against former President Donald J. Trump. Defendant Governor Joshua Shapiro and Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner Christopher Paris are guilty and liable of willful misconduct, and their plans to facilitate and organize the attempted assassination must be investigated and charged. Defendant Shapiro is guilty of committing thousands of crimes, including but not limited to threatening, intimidating, and stalking federal whistleblowers, including this affiant and her children, obstructing and tampering with the murder investigation of Ellen Greenberg, actively obstructing and facilitating election interference in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, in 2020, obstructing justice and threatening Matthew and Carolyn Peterson, obstructing the murder investigation of 9-year-old Jared Tutko. What? He's trying to stop them from finding out about a murder investigation with a 9-year-old? Obstructing the murder investigation of 19-month-old Iris Mummert, obstructing the criminal investigation of sexual abuse against JG through Michelle Henry, obstructing the criminal investigation of child endangerment relating to EGS, ES, ERS, and ENS. This dude is a goddamn criminal. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts, bruh. Look, like anybody else, I'm really enjoying this whole political drama thing that's going on, but the more we dive into this, we realize why they kept trying to paint Donald J. Trump as a racist, as a liar, trying to take all of the money out of his bank account, trying to unalive him twice or thrice. We don't know how many times. We don't know how many times they failed. That's what we don't know. but we do know the other times that we've seen them capture the people who tried. Oh, idiots. But now I have a real understanding. See, this is, guys, if you are a Democrat and this was your very first time voting Republican, this is why. We have seen the wool pulled over our eyes our entire lives. Politicians on the left and the right are crooked as hell. But as of late, they have been going super hard in the paint with their crooked asses on the left, trying to act as if they are for our best interests, and they are not. They are not. I am not hearing anybody on the left mentioning any of the wasteful spending that's being uncovered by Elon Musk and his DOGE gang of young geniuses, because that's really what they are. They're uncovering everything. And people are starting to bring their stories forward and bring them down. This is not about tearing down the government. This is not about tearing down our country. It's about giving us, the American people, the truth. What has been happening with our money? And something else was just now discovered from DOGE. More than $51 million was being sent to New York to cover the shelter, to pay for shelter for illegal immigrants just last week. Just last week. They are still doing it. They are still, like, it's like they just spitting in the face of Trump. They're like, I don't care if you're the president. Elon, I don't care what department you're over. We are still going to do things the way that we want to do things. Status quo. That's not the case. You're going to start to see a lot, for any idiots out there who are pissed off that things are being uncovered, that we're finding out what was happening to our money. You're pissed off about that, but you won't question the representatives and the congressmen and the senators that you voted into office. You're just pissed off at the person that found the dead body. That makes absolutely no sense. But that tell me that you never loved this country in the first place. You never gave a damn about the rest of us as American citizens. We need to stop trusting so many of these people that we put into office, man. Donald Trump, I will say this to you, President Trump, listen to me, bro. When I started hearing about everyone losing their jobs in USAID, in Department of Education, all these different pieces of the government, and I'm hearing my family and my friends complaining about losing contracts because of DEI going away in the government, I can do nothing but feel it. I empathize with them. I understand where they're coming from. And I have these conversations with them often. So I'm starting to second guess whether or not I voted for the right guy. But now I know for a fact that I voted for the right dude. Why? Because it makes me feel good as a citizen to vote someone into office that makes promises and they actually keep those promises, even if it means that the entire government will be against them, even if it means that they're putting themselves out there, they're risking their own lives, literally. Trump knew who he was taking down. He know the power that they have. He's very much aware of this, but he did not care. He did not care because he knew that it had to happen. And they just blatantly lied to us, stole from us, and did not give a damn. They just called him a liar because they never thought that he would have an opportunity to plead his case. They never thought that Trump would have an opportunity to put people in place like Elon Musk, to put people in place like Tulsi Gabbard, Kash Patel, who will pull all of this information and throw it right back in their faces. If y'all think this is only the beginning, I don't know what the dag gonna say. This blows, it literally blows my mind, man. I did not think that they will move this fast. And not saying that I doubted that Trump will pull, like when he said that he would drain the swamp, he was not playing. This dude was not playing. Already he has saved upwards of how many billions of dollars has he saved? Check this out right here. I want to show this to y'all. Look, $50 billion in fraudulent entitlement payments killed by DOGE. $4 billion in NIH admin fees killed by DOGE. $516 million in DEI contract office of personnel management. $420 million for unoccupied lease cancellation. $375 million in USAID DEI contracts. $59 million spent last week on luxury New York hotels for illegal immigrants. $50 million for condoms in Gaza. $45 million for a scholarship program for students in Burma. $20 million related to the Russiagate impeachment hoax. $20 million for a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. $19 million to promote inclusion in Vietnam. $10 million linked to an Al-Qaeda associated terrorist group. $8 million to Politico, $7 million for promoting LGBTQAI plus advocacy in Jamaica and Uganda, $5 million to Eco Health Alliance allocated to the Wuhan lab, where, now listen to this, where COVID was created. Where COVID, we are sending $5 million to the lab where COVID was created. This is the place that's responsible for millions of American citizens dying, but they want to blame it on Trump. See, this is the thing. They create a problem and then they sell you the cure to the problem. They were saying the only way we can fix this is by voting for us and not that guy over there who act as if he care about American citizens. As soon as he got the job again, as soon as 55 became 47, 45 became 47, this brother got to work, closed the borders, got a great majority of the illegal immigrants up out of here early. People was pissing themselves when he decided to hire Tom Homan. And they were saying, but what about breaking up families? What about separating families? Holman was like, I don't want to separate families. The whole family can go. I ain't trying to separate no families, but you're not about to tug at my heartstrings either. The whole family can go. And now we got American citizens crying online like it's bad what they're doing. Listen, I don't want any families in the world to be harmed. I really don't. I really don't. And now they are all pissed off because the party is over. And I'm not crying for them. I do not care, bro. I do not care. One thing that I'm seeing online is everyone is talking about Elon Musk is not deserving of the position he's in. Everyone's talking about he don't know what he's doing. Everyone's talking about how dangerous and demonic Trump is. But all he is doing is positive moves for our nation. He's moving us forward.